We aren't going into the new year with the same goals we had 3 years ago, are we? You make a vision board each year, but yet nothing seems to be working. The reason your vision boards aren't coming true is because it's just a pretty collage. Yep, I'm speaking to you. Don't feel personally attacked because I'm also speaking to myself. I've determined that the reason my vision boards aren't working and aren't coming true, I'm not actually putting actionable results behind them. If you want your new year to be prosperous and you want everything that you want to come true and then some, listen up. Hello, my name is addiexjay. Welcome to my channel. Year after year, I feel as though I've been making these vision boards that are aesthetically pleasing. I have photos of the things that I want to achieve and accomplish, but yet each and every year, maybe one thing will come true. Maybe one thing will be halfway there, but not fully completed. And I just add it to the next year. It's just rinse, wash, repeat, but we're not actually making progress. I'm determined for this next year to be different. Here's what I'm doing differently. One big thing that I changed is reflection. I have been going to therapy, and I feel like everybody should be going to therapy, whether or not something's wrong, but to actively learn yourself, actively learn your habits, learn what is working against you and what is working for you. One habit that I did pick up is journaling. Journaling. There's something that just opens up and is different when I hold a pen to a paper. It's something that I don't get when I'm typing on a computer. Some different form of creativity opens up when I literally put hand to page. Hand to page. And I feel as though there's a raw truth about me writing something down in a piece of paper, something that I can't necessarily go back and erase. I can't backspace and remove it from the world. Everything that I put in and I write down is exactly how I'm feeling in that moment, and there has to be some truth to it. There has to be some truth to it. I do end of the year reflections every year, and the goal isn't to be super critical of myself, but to be honest and allow myself the understanding of who I am, where I want to go, and what did or did not serve me for the year. The first actionable item that we are going to do to make next year different, prosperous, and make the year work for us is we're going to do an audit on our life. We're going to do an audit of this past year. Audit might be a little hard of a word for some people, so think of it as an end of the year reflection. Listen up, get out your pen and paper. Here's what we're going to write down. The very first prompt we're going to do is, what am I ready to forgive myself for this year? I feel like this prompt is so important because oftentimes we can be very self-critical when things don't go our way. I know me personally, I will blame myself for any and everything that goes wrong, but not give myself grace. We have to remember to give ourselves grace. We're human. Things happen, things are sometimes out of our control, and to not blame ourselves and let it fester and hold that negative energy. We want to go into this next year releasing anything negative, feeling lighter, and feeling positive about the choices and decisions that we make. And we want to carry that moving forward by feeling positive about any future decisions we're going to make as well. Which then leads me to the second prompt we're going to do. What version of myself am I ready to release this year? I feel like this is important as well. We have to constantly allow ourselves time and access to change, to adapt, to welcome in new ideas, new ideologies, new concepts. And that's not possible if we are always holding on to something from the past. So if there's something that you currently are unsure about or feel that you can change, it doesn't have to be drastic. You don't have to have trauma to completely release something and leave something behind. It can be something as simple as, I want to release the version of myself that cannot wake up before 6 a.m. That's me. I'm releasing the version of myself who feels comfortable in bed and wants to just stay comfortable and bed rot every single day until 10 a.m. We want to release negative aspects about ourselves or things about ourselves that we want to actively change for the new year. And we obviously can't do that if we're still holding on to it. So these are going to be frameworks as to figuring out what actionable items and what behaviors we're going to change going into the new year. The next one is we're going to have 5 additional journal prompts that are going to help guide us into figuring out what our goals are going to be, what actionable items we need to achieve these goals, and then also allow ourselves insight into acknowledging things that went well. We don't always want to focus on the negative. We want to also acknowledge that this year there were positive things that happened to me as well. I'm living, I'm breathing, I have my health, etc. So the first thing I want you to write down is we are going to write down what 5 things went well this year, or 5 things that I am proud of this year. And then you're going to number 1 through 5 underneath this question and really think about what went well for you. What went well for you? Did you get a new job? If it wasn't as drastic, did you stick to a routine? Did you start something, and even if you started something, you didn't like it? I find that as something positive because you're learning about yourself. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about your wants, your desires, your needs. This is something that you may not have anticipated, you may not have kept till the end of the year, but you found something actionable that defines who you are not. Number 2, we are going to write down what 3 things I could have prioritized more or better. For me personally, I feel as though I could have prioritized my finances a little bit better this year. I did not say no to the trips. I did not say no to the impulse spending, to the blind buying, to the ordering out whenever I didn't feel like cooking. So these are things that I feel like I could have prioritized to help me with the other goals that I had for the previous year and things that I want to change moving forward. These can also be things such as social media. If you want to be a content creator, what sort of things could you have prioritized better? Could you have set aside a day for filming and a day for filming and a day for editing? Could you have preferred to batch film as opposed to film daily? What sort of things could you have done just a little bit better? Things that you took that step towards but didn't quite finish, or things that were on that vision board last year that didn't necessarily manifest itself to this year, and figuring out why. We want to figure out why we aren't getting the results that we are hoping for. Number 3, we are going to look at what 3 things I failed at and what did it teach me. This one might be a little bit difficult for some people because acknowledging failure isn't the easiest thing to do. Once we can sit ourselves down and say, you know what, this didn't go my way, I did fail. But acknowledging, why did I fail? What did that failure sort of teach me? Maybe I wanted to save $10,000 and I saved $10. By looking at the actionable item, by looking at the root cause of why I failed, I can then come out with a lesson from that. So using that example, if I wanted to save $10,000 but I only saved 10, what did I spend that money on this past year? Were there surprises that came up, unexpected expenses that I had to pay for? Did I prefer to order out as opposed to cook at home? Was I not religious in my saving habits? When you look at the failures, but then also focus on the positive, you then can figure out, okay, what needs to change? I still have this goal in mind, and instead of looking at it as a complete failure, learning more about myself. It's like, okay, well, I tend to spend more when I'm upset. I tend to spend more when I get paid because seeing that number in my account makes me excited, and I don't like when it dwindles and I want to impulse buy and do X, Y, and Z before my bills come out. Those sort of things are teaching moments and lessons that we can use to making next year just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. We're just looking at that 1%. We are going to look at 5 things that I am grateful for this past year. The previous prompts can be kind of heavy for some people, especially when you are actively or critically looking at your actions from the past year, and it forces you to really truly be critical of yourself. Not many people like that, which is understandable. Not many people want to acknowledge that there are negative aspects about themselves because they don't want other people to see that. If they see it, then they know that other people can see it, and it makes them very vulnerable. So we're going to look at some things that we're grateful for, things that went well, 5 things that I am proud of, 5 things that made me who I am this year and that have made me happy. So for me, I would put down that I'm grateful for my health. It is such an underrated blessing to be healthy, to be able to move all of my limbs, to be able to wake up each and every day without ailments. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I am grateful for the job interviews I had. Even though I didn't necessarily get the positions I was hoping for, I got that practice. It gave me a little bit of a confidence boost to say, you know what, you are on the right track. You do have that job experience that people are interested in. Even though you didn't get the job and you passed up on another, I am grateful for the opportunity to be able to go through that cycle again and learn what I do and do not want. I'm also grateful that I have a job where I don't necessarily need to take or accept something that I feel like does not align with who my higher self is or who I see for my future. Lastly, we are going to look at everything that we just discussed and determine what are 3 things I want to accomplish for the new year. Narrow it down to just 3. I feel as though if you are having difficulty with completing some of these things in the previous years, narrowing it down to smaller numbers makes it more likely for you to accomplish them. If you have 10 goals for the year and year after year after year, you're adding these same 10 goals to your vision board, maybe you have too many goals that you want to accomplish. Maybe just focus on one. It's okay to only have one goal that you want to accomplish. If that goal is going to bring you closer to what you want and what you need for the future, it is okay to focus on one thing. Baby girl, not everybody's a multitasker. Not everybody can do 1,000,001 things all at once. Feel good about accomplishing something as opposed to having 1,000,000 to-do items and accomplishing nothing. Now that we have our goals and our general idea of what we want to accomplish for the year, now we can create our vision board. We're not going to just create something that looks pretty. We are going to actually set time aside for ourselves to figure out what it is that we want and how we're going to get it. I personally like to do my vision boards alone. I feel like when I really sit with myself, it's more personable. I'm putting things into it where I feel as though belong on that board. I'm not looking at a collection of photos that are mixed into a shoebox that we are picking from. That's limiting yourself. I'm giving myself 1 week to 2 weeks minimum. If it's not completed by January 1st, that's okay. I'd rather have a clear idea of what I'm going to be doing for this next year as opposed to going into it with a half-assed, rushed, pretty looking collage that really does not mean anything to or for me. It's not benefiting me in any way, shape, or form. Next up, after we have our actionable vision board, we are then going to take a look at resources. I look at resources as who or what can assist me in the goals that I plan to achieve for this next year. Say I want to save $10,000 by 6 months, right? Or say I want to pay off my car by the end of the year. I need to identify how much I need, how much I make, and what actionable items I need to take. So if I'm saving $10,000, do I want to pull from every paycheck every 2 weeks? Do I want to get an additional job? How am I going to access this goal? How am I going to access this money? How am I going to approach this in a way that's actionable but also makes sense? Who's going to assist me? Do I need somebody to keep me accountable? Do I need to enlist the help of, say, an app? Identifying the resources that you need will then make these actionable goals much easier for you because you're not trying to start from ground zero. You're not trying to build it from the ground up. You're using something or enlisting the assistance of somebody or something else to help keep you accountable. When you have a partner, you're less likely to fall off because they are there to support you. They are there to give you that cushion and make sure that you're doing what you said you were going to do. We are going to put an emphasis on learning. I feel as though a lot of people fail at what they do not know because they don't know how to access what they need. I'm going to let that one sit for a little bit. A lot of people fail on what they do not know because they don't know how to access what they need. When we spend the time to learning our trade, to learning what it is we're actually about to invest our money into, invest our time into, invest our space into. If we don't fully understand or know what it is that we are stepping into, we not only risk losing ourselves in the process, but it can be a financial loss as well. It can be a spiritual loss. It can be any type of loss that will affect us negatively, and then any other goals or dreams that we want to achieve. When we take the actionable step to actually learn and actively learn the new skill that is required, the background information for what it is that we are trying to achieve or accomplish, when we take that time to truly learn what it is that we are actually about to do, it becomes so much easier. We can achieve what we know, what we feel confident in. When we don't have confidence, we run the risk of putting ourselves down. We run the risk of not achieving those goals. When we don't have confidence, we run the risk of convincing ourselves that maybe it's just not right for me. Maybe it's just not right for me. This year, we're gonna pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and say, you know what? No, let's go. Let's go. I don't know it yet. I don't know it now, but I will know it tomorrow. And last but not least, we're gonna find a role model. Find somebody who has done this already, who has done this before you. In the new age of social media, in the new age of everything being posted on the internet, there's bound to be at least one person that you can find that inspires you. We're gonna study their habits. We're gonna look at everything educational that they have to offer, everything that they put out there. Say you wanna be a content creator, and there's one person who does something really well, and it's very creative and it's different. Say you want to get into content creation, but you want to be more cinematic. We're gonna watch movies or watch creators that we admire who are doing what we want to do and really analyze it. Analyze those cinematic aspects. Take movies that you really enjoy and look at who the producer is. Look at who the director is. Look at their projects and their items and say, okay, you know what? I want to reproduce this. Look at the lighting in this scene. Look at the staging in another. Look at everything that accumulates into what it is that you desire. And that's how we're going to become our better self for this next year. Well, that's it for today. I hope this next new year is very prosperous for you. I hope that you get everything that you want and more. Let's discuss down below what it is that you're looking forward to for this next year, or something that you need assistance with. Let's create a community. Let's all talk about it, help each other out, give each other some advice that worked for you and you want to pass on to somebody else. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.